So in many of my recent interactions, this point came up, what is the meaning of product, right? So one of the way, you see the meaning of product is there's a product, which is being used, sold, or something like this. Everything is a product. Like, you may see this is a Apple earphone or something, or maybe, this glass, it is also a product, right? It is a kind of item or something like that. So in technical terms, when we developing a solution, right, even that solution used internally in your business, we may call it is a product. So product, when I see, I just looked into, just looked into the definition of product, how I define it. But when I say in my interpretation, what they say, that is fine. It is a very technical level. But how I say what the product means, product is like, when in this technical works, and we basically, see a real life business problem, right? So that real life business problem, as I said, railway ticket management, right? That is kind of like, it is like a railway introducing a solution to the people. They're not charging any money or something. That is a part of facilitating to their customer, they're not selling that specific software itself, but that specific solution is used by the customers to buy the tickets. But that I still call as a product, one of the product, and as a, product engineer mindset. Because what is happening over here, like, we are basically understanding different parts of the problem, and we are integrating in such a way so it becomes useful, right? It becomes useful as a solution for the specific business which is happening, and that is adding value back to to the system. And that value based on, like, less frictions, less management, less maintenance, easy, that has set of parameters or properties, which I say, like some people say KPIs, or there are many different names for that. Definitely we should look on what those names defined by the standards. But when I see the products, so product means, like, as I said, the product can be internal to a business, can be, a product which you have developed and selling to it. But what that product have, some sort of domain, some sort of solution in the technical sense, and it has a right set of computer science of engineering involved. And we already discussed computer means computation, and science also means, when you have fact-based things. And engineering is like, when basically you have, set of different components, you engineer them together, related it together. So if you understand those kind of wordings, integrate together, right? So and along with the domain and problem and all, when you integrate everything is together, we call it a specific product, and we give it a name. So product is something like when we can give it a name, a specific name, right? So let's say I'm doing some service. I can say, oh, what do you do? I do grass cutting, right? That I won't say any product, because it is my service. It is my way of working. I'm giving service for a specific set of hours, right? But in the product sense, when I say this is a railway ticketing system, because now this can be identified railway ticketing system. Under the hood, this railway ticketing system has the domain of the railway, domain of the ticketing, and a system which got designed, developed, integrated for a specific type of users. And now that has been used, this specific system. So while I dig it, when I integrate all these things, and this is in use, right? So I call it now that as a product. That is how I understand or define. It is my starting point, right? How I say, right? What my thoughts are saying, what I am saying. I'm not reading directly from the internet. A product is an item, service, or system made to be sold or used. In a broader sense, it refers to an outcome or consequence resulting from a process, effort, or natural condition. I'm just thinking by myself how I define the product, what my definition is when I worked with a lot of products since last many years, how I say it. So this is how I think about the product, like that. Right. Thank you.